Hey there, Wildcats. It is Friday, January 22nd. It's sunny. It's also windy and cold. Not cold enough to snow from what I've seen on the weather forecast, though. Maybe next week. On today's show, I'm going to make a quick trip to the Staff Adventures Board, and I'll share a feature about some Woodlands staff members, and we'll have some positive shout-outs from a group of teachers, too. Enjoy the show! All right, I'm going to mask up now and go check out the Staff Adventures Board. Y'all come along with me, okay? Let's go. For the last few weeks, we've been looking at staff adventures that have to do with travel. So here's some staff travels that have taken people out of the United States to other countries. Miss Carrie says, my best adventure was living in Italy and traveling Europe for 2 years. Miss Crystal says, my best adventure is when I explored the cities of Romania by train. That's 2 travels to Europe. Now check this one out from Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda says, my greatest adventure is going to Mexico to build houses for families in need. So between now and next time, you all have some adventures yourself. Probably won't be leaving the country, but you can have adventures right there in your own neighborhood. Hey everyone, here's a video that was put together by our fabulous music teacher, Mrs. Lampano. It's all about reading and physical activity and music, and it involves a few Woodlands staff members. Let's have a look.
Hey there, Woodlands. You know, I was talking to Mr. K and Miss Roberts the other day, and we all realized that each of us developed a love for PE, music, and library a really long time ago when we were in elementary school, just like you. That got us thinking, how many other adults or teachers here at Woodlands develop a love for fitness or for reading or engaging in music when they were young? I wonder, how many of them are still engaging in those subjects today? You know what? I asked that question to some of my good friends here at Woodlands, and I got some pretty great answers. Take a look.
Hi, Woodlands Wildcats. I am Miss Amanda Shaner, and Mrs. L asked me to talk about why I like music or reading or PE. I actually love all 3. So when I was little, I had an older brother and sister that played soccer and baseball. My dad was a baseball coach, and he coached me in baseball too. My dad also played the piano, and so we had exposure to music and loved it. When I was in elementary school, my music teacher, Mrs. Florence Gross, she made music really fun, and we even got to do plays using music as well. I still get to use music and PE and the love of reading as an adult. So I played soccer in college, and I actually still play soccer. I play almost every Friday night. And for music, I play the piano and the violin at my church. I sometimes play the guitar, and I still just love to read. It helps me to learn new things, learn new languages, which I love to learn languages. And that's how I use music, PE, and reading in my adult life. Well, have a good weekend. Bye.
Hello, Wildcats. I wanted to share a little bit about my passion and love for music and dance and all those fabulous things. So I have been involved in choir and music since I was a 4th grader at Tracyton Elementary a long, long time ago. And the person who had the greatest influence on me for music was my music teacher, Mrs. Bell, which I think is an appropriate name for music. Anyway, she just developed a love in me for music and movement and dance. And I just remember having so much fun being in choir and performing. There's just really nothing like it. And because of that, I have always been in choir. So from 4th grade on, all the way through junior high and high school, I was in choir. And in high school, I was in the jazz choir with Mr. McVicker, who some of you may know. And I just had a blast, and it's the one thing that kept me going to school, and I met really fun people. And the other piece that I've always had in my life is ballet and dance, and there's just nothing like it. And it's so much fun, and I've met some really great people along the way, and I've been in musicals and really awesome performances. So anytime I hear music, it just lights me up, and I'm really, really excited to hear it. And I just can't picture the world without it. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you find something that brings you that much joy and is really fun to share with people. Have a great day.
Hey Wildcats, my friend Mrs. Lampano has asked me to share with you how I became such an avid reader and someone who likes to be physically active and someone who has carried music into my adult life. So here goes. My sister is a couple years older than me, and she actually started to teach me to read when she was in kindergarten or maybe first grade. So by the time I got to kindergarten, I was already reading a little bit, thanks to my older sister. It's just been something that I've always enjoyed doing. In elementary school, sometimes I would read instead of doing the work I was assigned to do, just hold the book down there in my lap and just sit there quietly, and I wasn't bothering anyone, and I just loved, I read stories I wasn't even assigned because I liked it so much. Now I make sure I read every day for fun, as well as it's a big part of my job, so I make sure I read before I go to bed every night. When I was a kid, I wanted to grow up to play baseball or play in the NFL. Now I realize that's probably not going to happen. But I do try to stay active. I love to hike. I love to swim. Recently we got a paddleboard. I love to do that. I'm actually going to head out for a walk, even though it's dark and cold, because there is no bad weather, just bad clothing, right? So I've got some good clothing to stay warm. When I was a kid, there was always music around my house. My mom played the piano, and we had a piano in the living room. We were all members of the church choir. There was mom and dad in the grown-up choir, and 3 of us kids in the junior choir. I started playing trumpet when I was in the 4th grade and played that into high school. And then in high school, I started playing the guitar. So I've been doing that for about 40 years, and that's just one of my favorite things to do. I'm really glad that I picked that up. Hey there, Wildcats. I asked 1st grade teachers for the names of students who've been particularly respectful and responsible, and here's what they told me. Ms. Yoshinaga says that Olivia is always ready to learn. She participates in lessons and asks questions when she needs help. She also wants us to know that Joseph is a great listener. He follows all the directions and pays close attention during lessons. Way to go, Olivia and Joseph. Ms. Brantley says, I'd like to give a shout out to Delilah from the morning class and Bella from the afternoon group. They've both already shown they remember how to be true Wildcats by being respectful, responsible, and safe. Well done, Delilah and Bella. Mrs. Brown says, I am beyond proud of my 1st graders. They've done such an amazing job transitioning back into the classroom. Zayden is doing a wonderful job following directions and sharing his ideas. B is doing a fabulous job organizing her materials and adding details to her drawings. Brinley is doing a great job being responsible by listening and following directions. Kai is being respectful by raising his hand to share his ideas. Angelina is doing a nice job completing her work and is always eager to learn more. Beckett is doing a great job sharing fun facts about ocean animals. Mrs. Brown wants her kids to know that she's very proud of all of them for following all of their new routines. Way to go. Well, that's a wrap for today. Everybody stay warm, maybe get outside and enjoy the sunshine this weekend, and we'll see you back here next week. Take care, everybody.